Hey guys, as I wanted to publish our code, I wanted to share it on GitHub, and then I thought, that's maybe a good idea to show that how this process works, and that you can do it for yourself. I will not go into the details why it's important and why it's a good idea to use Git. It is for programming. It's a perfect idea. If you don't do it, do it, or yeah, dig into the resources why to do it. It's a thing, if you're a programmer and you work with code and you do not know what Git is or you don't use Git, let me say it this way, it's difficult for a number of reasons. But yeah, I'll leave that up to you. We will be sharing our code with GitHub and how this process is done and how you can also get the code if you don't want to type it or everything by yourself. You can just follow along and see how it's done. All right, now first things first is you want to create a repository where you want to push your code into. So this is the first thing. Now, create a repository. In this case, I will just name it, for example, find maximum. And it's public because I want you to be able to download it. Add a README, add a license, that's always a good idea. You can choose whatever you want. I prefer the MIT license, and that's about it. You could add a jet ignore if it's a bigger project and you want to automatically define the types of files you don't want to be pushed into Git, like binary files, stuff like that. You can do that as well here. And if you know what program that is it Python? Yeah, it's possible. Then we will choose Python here and create a repository. This will create this Git repository on GitHub. You see here, you can edit this page, you can make something here up and write something down. This is Markdown, and the heading is called with a hashtag. This is a subheading. This is a text about this repo. All right, you don't have to save it. You just have to commit changes in this case. Well, yeah, I'm fooling around a little bit here, but it's just in this case to show it to you. So back here, we will be first copying the link to this repository. And you get that by clicking on code, and then you see different ways you can access it. So SSH is a different profile, GitHub CLI, or HTTPS. This is the most common. I will use this because you don't have to set up keys. But if you want to get more secure, then SSH is definitely a way to go. So HTTPS, copy that. And now back into Visual Studio. We can now Control-Shift-P for getting the command. Git clone, in this case it's just up here. And then paste the link in here. So in this case, GitHub, tntech, find maximum. And now it wants to have a folder. And I tend to use my D hard drive and then GitHub. And then I will just make a folder here. TNT. TNT. Underscore find maximum. All right. Select that repository location and it's cloning. Now, I want to move those two files. So if I open those two files and then pasting them into the directory where I have it pulled. So in this case it is GitHub TNT find maximum. And here it is. So paste it in here and open that. You will see, if I close the right files, you will see that I'm now here in D. So this is my repository, and now I want to push those two files onto GitHub. This is done with this symbol here. So this is the stage changes stage. So here you can add the changes you made and give it a little message and then push it up to GitHub. This is what we're gonna do. So I selected two changes. You see file non-existent, file with values, that's difference. And for find maximum, it's the same thing. It wasn't there before. Now it's there with all the things. If I change a line, you will see the difference in here. And I select both files, right click and stage changes. Now it's staged. Now I want to have a message for it. For example, initial commit. And now by hitting Control and Enter, I will commit it. But this is not the stage where it's pushed onto the server, but locally, those changes are applied in your Git, in your local copy of the GitHub repository to be exact. So Control and Enter commits that, and Control Command P, we have git :push, and it is main or master? That's a good question. So there are different branches. A branch is, if you want to test something, you create a separate branch and do stuff like that, and it's not affecting the main branch. But I think we will be going with main. I don't know why there's separate branches. One branch. And this is the main branch. All right. Then we will be pushing this to the main. So hit enter here. And I see here it's working, uploading if the internet connection holds. Let's see if I just refresh this page. You will see you have fanmax from file.py and the values.csv. You have that here. If you now want to clone this on another computer, you just copy this link, right? Copy that to the clipboard and go right here, git :clone, like we did that. And then you just paste in the link, and then it's getting cloned into your local folder. That's how you get access to the code. You can also just simply download it from the web page here, and that's also possible. Just click on the file. You can even read it here and download it as a zip, for example. Let me see, where is this? Download zip. And then you see, all right, you can download it. And this is the repository. So it's also possible to get to the contents like this as well. All right, that's it for this video. I hope you have had a great time laughing at my internet connection problems. And yeah, we'll see you around. Thanks for watching. And yeah, until the next time.